I welcome you to a special edition of the MINDSPA. The mind, the ultimate frontier, consciousness, reality. Spa, we definitely remove toxins, and we promote healing and growth. Today we celebrate, but not what so many other people are celebrating. Our celebration today is an acknowledgement of the National Day of Mourning. National Day of Mourning. We understand that forgiveness is preceded by confession and atonement. Until then, the insurgency will have to continue. National Day of Mourning. And as we say, forgiveness is preceded by confession and atonement. Even more critically, today, as I walked, my morning walking meditation was in honor of the indigenous people of the Americas and the enslaved Africans. Folks, there is no statute of limitation on genocide. No statute of limitation on this thing called genocide. And while so many people are mindlessly say, boy, today is, we call today a wonderful day of Thanksgiving. But for me, it has a deeper meaning. Why is that? I am a believer. What do I believe? I believe Thomas Jefferson. These are some powerful words. Huh? We hold these truths to be self evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So said Thomas Jefferson. Folks, I believe in the concept of America. The concept of America is a valid concept. So that those of us in the insurgency, it is our responsibility to hold America accountable for what they have done and what they need to do to correct it. And all I do is quote Thomas Jefferson today. We, including me, and I hopefully you too, I am a believer. We hold these truths to be self evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Of course, there are others, huh? But we will get to those. But we have to deal with these first. This is the reality. So, what today is for me is the National Day of Mourning. Since 1970, Native Americans have gathered at noon on Cold Hill in Plymouth to commemorate a National Day of Mourning on the U.S. Thanksgiving holiday. Many Native Americans do not celebrate the arrival of the Pilgrims and other European settlers. You talk about people landed on Plymouth Rock. What the Native Americans say is that the rock landed on them. To them, Thanksgiving Day is a reminder of the genocide of millions of their people, the theft of their land, and the relentless assault on their culture. Participants in the National Day of Mourning, as I am, honor Native ancestors and the struggle of Native people to survive today. It is a day of remembrance and spiritual connection, as well as a protest of the racism and oppression which Native Americans continue to experience. And to this, I add the rest of us, the people of African ancestry. It was a wonderful day yesterday when that court in, of all places, Georgia, found the three white racists guilty, guilty of murdering that black man, lest we forget. So today is the National Day of Mourning. In my mind since morning was the words from Chronic song, Capture Land. Remind us, this is Capture Land. The Native Americans remind us we lived on this continent before it was discovered. How can you discover something where people are happily living? The moral of the story, always do full background check and extreme vetting before you invite someone into your home. I still think we should have investigated their theology before accepting a dinner invitation. What a dinner invitation turned out to be. No? That's the reality, folks. That's why, for me, today is a day of mourning. We have to learn from history or we are condemned to repeat it. What's the story? Give a man some corn, feed him for a day, teach him how to grow corn, and he kills you and steals your land. That's what happened. We have to remember this so it does not happen again. So, other people are celebrating Thanksgiving Day. Today, I celebrate the resistance. Those of us who believe that America can be saved and the concept of America is indeed a valid concept. It's a real concept. So thank you for giving us what? Genocide? Colonialism? Exploitation? No, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. We celebrate indigenous reaction. And you know how we anchor this, folks? I anchor this in none other than the words of Thomas Jefferson. Why? I am a believer. We hold these truths to be self evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So I do believe that on this day, when others are talking about Thanksgiving, we have to understand that it is important for us to be thankful in a much broader way. I am a believer. We will make this work. And this is what I want to leave you with. We hold these truths to be self evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by a Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That is something worth honoring, and I firmly believe it. I honestly believe it. So today I acknowledge the indigenous people of the Americas and the enslaved Africans on whose shoulders we stand. There is no statute of limitation, no statute of limitation on genocide. We can correct this wrong. Until then, I and other members of the insurgent remain strong. And I encourage you to also have a productive day. But even as you go about it, just reflect and remind yourself what brought this day about. We give thee thanks. We give thee thanks.